Hello everyone. So in the previous lecture we have discussed the part that is related to the contents and the process of developing the proposal for any of the research. So it is the starting part of research writing. Now we are discussing the middle portion, and that is also the very important part as far as the authenticity of the project is considered. That is called as the content that should be included in the research papers or the interim reports. Research paper can be written at any of the stage, either at the mid of the part of the conduction of the particular study or either at the end of the study. Depending upon the stage when you want to conduct, the contents and the conclusion will change. However, the schemes, that means the chapters that should be included and the headings that should be included, remains constant. So yes, now we will discuss the mid portion of the interim reports or the research papers. Okay, so moving ahead, we will discuss the things that should be included in research papers. So minutely observe that there are various things that one should specify in the research paper to make it a quality one. First, it should start up with the title and the cover page. Now, while writing the title, keep in mind that your title should be focused on the work that you want to do. Okay, so there is a very specific way of framing the title in the research methodology course. If you are aware of it, that is well enough. Or we can take a small example over here, like if somebody wants to carry out the research on the effect of small scale industry on the human resource development in village area. So the research work undertaken is the role of small scale industries on the human resource development in some remote area. Now when you go through the title, you can see that this is a very broader aspect mentioned title. Over here you have considered all the small scale industries and you have not even specified in which locality or in which geographical region you are talking about. So the title cannot be very generalized. The title needs to be considered with some of the very specific part. So it can be considered with some of the sector of the industry, and even the human resource development cannot be taken at all. It should be considered with some gender or some classification. Like the title can be the role of small scale industry in empowering the women in the village area. So this is more specific now. So it depends upon how specifically you choose the title and the words in it. Then the abstract. Now what is abstract? The abstract is the overview given by the writer about the complete paper in 100 to 250 words. The question should come to the mind that what is the need to write up the abstract? It is because that if somebody wants to go through the various papers, they are reading the various literatures and they want to find out that either the work is matching with the part they have considered in their research or not. So they will not go through the complete paper. At that time, any individual will go through the abstract, that means the broader overview of the complete paper, and then the decision will be taken that to go through the paper or not. So it is a very important part in any of the research paper. So the abstract should not be very big enough. It should be easy to understand and it should consist of aim, objective, what you have done and what conclusion you got in very short. The next part in the logical sequence is introduction. Now while writing the introduction chapter, you need to write down the need of the particular topic of the research, why this research is undertaken, what is your aim, what are the objectives, that means how you are going to achieve this, scope of research, that means for which geographical region or for which particular gender or for which particular type of material you are conducting the research. It should have a well-defined problem statement. Problem statement means the part undertaken for the conduction of experimentation. It should include the hypothesis. Hypothesis means the assumptions and probable outcomes. So expected implications and the limitations should be specified in the research paper. It should specify the methodology. It is the strategy adapted and the type of research method that is being followed while doing the complete research work or while the process of conducting the research. It is very necessary so that one can understand that which type of research is going on. After that, literature. Yes, you should specify the literature reviews. It is the description about the learning that one has gained from the others, what the others have done in the particular topic, and how much it is useful in the research work that is done by individual, and still what are the gap that needs to be filled up. That creates an opportunity for the researcher to do the part which is not done by any other else. Then experimentation and the survey. Now this is the central part of the paper. That means it is consisting of the main body, major portion of the paper, which is consisting of the experimentation and the survey. So the experimentation and the survey, main body of the paper. So it includes everything, the set of experiments, the variables, the constants, and how this particular work is being conducted, what are the control conditions, and so on. Observation and remark. So the next part is observation and remark. Once you have performed the experimentation, that needs to be represented, the data needs to be represented. So while representing the data should be summarized. The data should be specifically represented in the form of either tables, compiled tables, or either it can be in the form of charts, graphical representations. So it is very easy to understand for anybody from the bar charts, or maybe from the pie chart, or maybe from the line diagram, or either from the tabulated information which is compiled and presented. So yes, it is very essential part of the research paper. Remark, that means what are the learnings that have been gained from the observation. Okay. Then the conclusion. From the complete work that is being done, the conclusion is written at the end, at which the conclusion should match to the objectives that were set earlier. So in the conclusion, it can be said that the hypotheses which were considered are either proved to be null or alternative. It means that the implications that were set earlier are either achieved or there is a point of difference. They are not achieved. And the last, references and appendix. Now, when somebody write up the research work, research papers, or write up the reports, it is very necessary that they should specify the source from where they have taken the literatures or the data, because complete value or the quality of the paper will depend upon the data that has been taken over which the analysis is done. So if the data is reliable, the work done over it will also turn to be reliable. That is mentioned in the part of references. So the contents of any of the research paper should be title, abstract, introduction, hypothesis, methodology, literature, experimentation survey, observation and remark, conclusion, references and appendix. So these complete things make a complete quality research paper. So for this particular part, we will stop over here, and in the next lecture, we will discuss about the part related to writing up the research thesis. Thank you.